I'm your new teacher and I have a new rule. Nobody's allowed to leave my class to go to the bathroom ever. I don't care if you wet yourself. Would that ever happen to your child? Would your child's teacher ever take away their bathroom privileges, causing them to wet themselves? Well, that's exactly what happened in one school as a teacher said to these students, no one's allowed to use the bathroom. Now the teacher is removed from revoking the bathroom privileges. I mean, just take a look at this story.
I want to inform you about an incident that happened today.
Amber Johnson reading a message she received from her daughter's first grade teacher yesterday. The message saying the class had their restroom privileges revoked because they lost their bathroom badge in the hallway. Then the teacher says multiple students urinated themselves.
She was telling me that her friends were crying and pleading to go to the restroom.
Johnson telling KHOU 11 the incident left her daughter traumatized and sparked concern among parents as they say students that wet themselves kept those soiled clothes on for hours.
It's appalling. Very appalling. It's sad. The amount of infections and health things that can come from a child holding their urine that long is unacceptable.
She was pretty upset. She had to walk around in soaking clothes and soaking shoes, It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating.
The mother of one of the students who urinated on themselves did not want to appear on camera, but told us her frustration grew today as she learned from a discussion with the school principal that there was also a teacher's aide in the classroom.
They're an adult. Common sense would be, okay, well, she's not letting them go to the bathroom. There's multiple students saying that they need to go to the restroom. That's a human right, period. It doesn't matter if someone was playing in the restroom, lost the pass, whatever.
When reached for comment, the district sent us the letter distributed to parents by the school's principal, which says, in part, the class will have a current staff member to serve as a substitute teacher for the remainder of the week, while the district completes its investigation. The letter goes on to say the incident is not indicative of the safe and loving environment that is fostered at Bartlett Elementary. Now, the parents I spoke with say they want to see the teacher in question in this incident fired. I reached out to the district to get some clarification about the current employment status of that teacher. They tell me that for now, that teacher will not be on campus until at least the end of the week. Len?
Yeah, we'll see how this all plays out. Victor, thanks for the latest.
Yeah, we're going to see. We're going to see.
Conroe ISD.
Yeah, some people were crying to death to go to
Take a look at this one.
bathroom.
Well, tonight we are hearing from one of the children who was inside the classroom in an interview that you will see only on 2 tonight. Joy Addison joins us from that elementary school in Conroe with what that child had to say. Joy.
And my friends need to go
to the bathroom, and some of them even went to the restroom on themselves.
Just take a look at this.
Miss Barrera took it away from us, and my friends need to go potty really bad.
How long were your friends waiting to go potty?
A long time.
A long time. How many times did they ask to go to the bathroom?
Probably 10.
Amber Johnson's daughter said yesterday, just after lunch, the restroom pass went missing. So Miss Barrera punished the entire class. Around 3 p.m., parents received this message from Miss Barrera. It says the class had lost their privilege to use the restroom. Their lunch is at noon, so that's about 3 hours until dismissal.
Yeah, did any of your classmates have an accident?
Yeah. Some people were crying to death to go to the bathroom.
So initially we were told 2. After we, as parents got into a group and started talking more, it has come down to there's about 6 who actually soiled themselves and had accidents.
Ashley Chansey's son is also in this classroom. She says her son's desk mate was one of those students who just couldn't wait.
And I understand you weren't able to meet with us in person because you work nights, but tell me what happened with your son.
Yeah, so the little girl unfortunately soiled herself then and there in front of the whole class, which the class erupted in in laughter as kids that are 7 do, and the little girl was just absolutely mortified and humiliated. And my son was just accounting that there was urine on the seat, there was urine all over the little girl, there was a puddle of urine under the chair, and that nobody came to help and nobody came to clean it up for the remainder of the day.
Johnson says she is outraged.
Inhumane to not allow somebody to relieve themselves of a bodily function that everybody has. Important. It can develop a series of different health issues, UTIs, bladder infections, in boys and girls. They're just outraged. We're all outraged. We want something done.
I did reach out to Conroe ISD, and they sent me a statement saying that Ms. Barrera is out on leave until they finish their investigation. Now, Ms. Chansey says that she was told by school administrators that there was a second teacher in the classroom. I reached back out to Conroe ISD, but they said they cannot confirm this information. In Conroe, Joy Addison, KPRC 2 News.
And it leads you to believe. We've also done stories about teachers who just don't let their child go to the bathroom. Your child, if your child needs to go to the bathroom, let them fucking go to the bathroom. How? We're gonna take. I just got nothing to say here. We're gonna address this when we come back, and then later on, Mike Tyson and Amanda Holyfield. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
My daughter, in an emergency, along with other children, urinated on themselves. They were not given a chance to change clothes, to go clean up, to go do anything. My daughter came home in the same clothes she peed in, completely dry, smelling of urine.
What is the big deal? This is the story that's sparking outrage of a teacher not allowing her students to go to the bathroom because she lost a freaking pass. It's like I'm soaking in these bacon cheese sticks and smelling of bacon cheese sticks. Oh, next time I say eat these, go out. Take them away from me. I'll go hungry. I'll go hungry all I want. Well, the thing you gotta understand here is this. I get you're trying to teach a class. What you need to understand is that if the kids need to go to the bathroom and take time away to miss the lesson, then fine. Then just does not matter.
ISD.
Everybody. This is at 9,500 views on YouTube. Absolutely ridiculous. My mom always told me if you gotta go and the teacher refuses, just go and actually fight out later with the teacher. You totally get the same thing. Well, 2 thumbs up for you, buddy. I tell my kid to walk out of the class and go to the bathroom. They go to the office and have them call me. I'll bring the police. Tell the teacher she can't go to the bathroom all day, period. The people who love torturing children, I'm a teacher. I love torturing children. It's my little meanie. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm not a teacher, but I have teachers in this community that taught me good, and they never tortured me. Never. If I ask to go to the bathroom and they say no, then I gotta wait. The story that the principal and the superintendent refused payment for the students' lunches from a business owner, and they said children must go hungry and learn responsibilities, work or go hungry, was horrifying. They said this was about the money. It wasn't about the money, it was the principal superintendent enjoying watching children go hungry and shimmed them from having any money. Launched reserved to prison. She's right. The teacher was fired. What a witch. She don't believe teach children and have them learn they should have lunch or a sack lunch. Not only did a teacher violate policy, she may have broken the law. Oh, go face to face with that teacher and say, hey, you, who told my child I can't go to the bathroom? Tell all these kids I can't go to the bathroom? You violated the law. And she'd be like, I had no idea. I didn't know. It's just somebody lost a bathroom class and I had to take drastic action. Well, doesn't matter. Using the bathroom is not a privilege. Using the bathroom is a right. Whether it's a school bathroom, a public bathroom. Don't they arrest a teacher for child endangerment? Teachers need to protect the teacher. And one parent, the child spoke out, told her defense, and I believe the child. You can't stop children from using the bathroom. I understand. I understand completely that somebody lost a pass or they want to miss the lesson, this, that, the third, but they have a right to go to the bathroom. This was also brand new. Check out this one.
New this morning, parents are upset after their children came home from school smelling like urine.
Yeah, they say the first graders
Joins us with
It's in Conroe, Texas.
As a Conroe ISD teacher has been removed from the classroom, at least for now. The shocking incident at Bartlett Elementary School, first grade students were denied bathroom access, leading to several kids soiling themselves and sitting in wet clothes for hours. The teacher apologized, saying the students lost their restroom badge, so they couldn't use the bathroom. But what's worse, a teacher's aide was in the classroom and did not stop it from happening. The district is now investigating this troubling incident from Wednesday. One parent says it happened to her daughter, and she is outraged.
She was pretty upset. She had to walk around in soaking clothes and soaking shoes, It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. They're an adult. Common sense would be, okay, well, she's not letting them go to the bathroom. There's multiple students saying that they need to go to the restroom. That's a human right, period.
And the district said that the teacher in question will not be on campus for the rest of the week as the investigation continues, but parents are hoping that teacher doesn't come back at all.
Only.
Okay.
Conroe.
We start tonight with parents outraged.
Let's read this whole text message.
Yesterday. The message.
Let's read this text message. Let's read this. Hello, parents. I want to inform you about an incident that happened today. Today, my class lost their privilege to use the restroom during class because they lost their restroom badge while being in the hallway. Unfortunately, we had some friends who really needed to use the restroom and ended up peeing on themselves. I do want to apologize for an incident. I had to talk with the students about how important it is to use our thing appropriately. But please have a talk with them about that as well. For I know that we both help them understand the rules and they will understand it better. Again, I apologize for those who had an accident. Please tell them that they'll have new badges tomorrow. Thank you. Feel free to call me if you have anything to discuss. I like to discuss something. I like to discuss our common sense alert. I apologize. I'm sorry. Well, it's all these I'm sorry's coming in one year and come out the other year. Saying I'm sorry doesn't mean you're sorry. You don't feel sorry. You let these students pee on themselves because of a bathroom pass? It doesn't matter. They gotta go to the bathroom. You let them go. You let them go. If my nephew or my son needed to go use the bathroom, they had to go, and I go deal with the principal. You know, when I was a kid, I went to the bathroom without permission, and if I didn't go, then I didn't go. But I learned 10-10 rule. 10 minutes before, during class, 10 minutes before class ends. That's the 10-10 rule. It's like, we used to have these those little passes. You use them, and then the teacher signs them, and then if you use them all, then you can't go to the bathroom unless there was an emergency. It was a problem because, what if someone needed, if they use them up, what if someone had peed on themselves, they would address this to the assistant principal and say, hey, my teacher wouldn't let me go to the bathroom because it was an emergency. I drank a lot of water and she wouldn't let me. And then the teacher comes out and apologizes saying, hey, I'm very sorry that happened. Saying I'm sorry does not cut it. My mom always, I always say this. My mom always tells me that you should have thought about that before you went ahead and did it. You should have what you should have thought about doing was just saying that, hey, accidents have happened. You should not have let them go to the bathroom. You should let them. If it was an emergency, then you should allow them to go. There's no need for you to be all hypocritical and say, well, I'm not going to let anyone use the bathroom anymore because they lost a bathroom pass. And saying this in a text message does not prove anything. Every parent needs to be understanding of what the fuck is going on in our school system. We trust our teachers with our kids, right? And this one's got 29,000 views. I just tell my kids to walk out and I'll deal with them to follow. It's not safe or loving to force first graders wet themselves. Unbelievable. When did fulfilling basic bodily function become a privilege? I had a teacher tell me no in the second grade after I didn't hesitate to release him on the floor. When they came cleaning up, they found a second puddle on nose student. After that, it was yes every time I asked. It's like I would play a clip of Superman from the Ennis Family. Oh, pee on myself. You don't pee on yourself? I don't care. Don't pee on yourself. Oh my goodness. Voila. Now we gotta go. But it did on purpose. You can't count. I know. You're tired. Oh, go pee. That was me reenacting that video because I would show it to you, but then I would get demonetized, so. This is the bottom line. Wasn't good. Every teacher. This would be better. Every teacher in this country, let your students use the bathroom, even if they don't have to ask. Let them use the bathroom, with or without a pass. If it was an emergency, then just let them go. Just let them go. It doesn't matter whether or not, they lost the pass, they lost the privilege. It doesn't matter. If they wet themselves and they went to their moms and dads and said, hey, Mom, I wet my pants. And then you come up before the principal saying, well, I had to because all these kids are here skipping class, That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I never skip school. If someone tells me, no, I can't use the bathroom, then I wait a while. And if they say, yes, I can, then okay. There's no if and but excuse about it. I get that you don't want kids skipping class. I get someone who lost a bus pass and all. I get it. There's no reasoning behind y'all letting your students use a bathroom. No reason behind that at all. If I find a story and you were the ones that did it, and you're the one setting that example out there, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, and you better believe, you better heed this. Then you're going to be hearing my voice echoing in your head saying, that person on you to try to tell me that I should not be letting a child, that I should not be having children wet themselves if there was an emergency. I should not be revoking bathroom passes for children because of what's been happening. I should not be setting bad examples for other teachers in every state. If you say that, the minute you say that is the minute you're going to be setting good examples in every school district across the country by letting children use the bathroom whenever they want to, even if they have to miss the lesson. Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. The story about ear biting and boxing. When we come back, stay with us. If you're familiar with a Mike Tyson fight from years ago, it was to where he bit off the ear of Evander Holyfield. That incident sparked outrage and had him removed. And you're about to hear his side of the story and from Evander Holyfield in a Dateline interview with Stone Phillips later. But first, here's Chris Hansen.
On Saturday night, this was the face Mike Tyson showed the world. Yesterday, this was the face Mike Tyson showed the world.
I apologize to the world, to my family, and to the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
So which face are we to believe? Which one is the real Mike Tyson? This man thinks he knows.
I hope that I know the mindsets of fighters. If I don't, I shouldn't be a trainer.
Teddy Atlas has known Tyson since he was a teenager. He helped train Tyson when the youngster was a boxing prodigy under trainer Cus D'Amato. Atlas has always seen Tyson as less a deprived inner-city kid than a pampered prodigy whose problems were always solved for him.
Tyson has spent, in my assertion, has spent most of his life avoiding things. Finding ways to manipulate, finding ways to get over, finding ways to avoid things. Hey, you reap what you sow.
I grew up in the streets. I fought my way out, and I will not go back. I learned the hard way from the past because I didn't have the luxury of school or people to help me at the time when I needed it the most.
Atlas, who had an angry break with Tyson, has never accepted that Tyson spent a lifetime in the inner city. Tyson moved in with trainer Cus D'Amato in upstate New York when he was 12.
Since he was 12, he lived in a 9-bedroom mansion on the Hudson River with 10 acres of property. It's not quite the kid on the street, you know.
Since he was 12 years old?
Yeah, since he was 12, he was, living in Catskill.
While Atlas argues that Tyson grew up having problems solved for him outside the ring, inside, he profited from easy opponents. From the beginning, Tyson was more sprinter than miler. His knockouts quick, ferocious, devastating. Then, last November, with a record of 45-2, Tyson ran into an aging Holyfield. Atlas believes Holyfield's 11-round TKO confused and intimidated Tyson, that he was overmatched psychologically when he was evenly matched physically. Here comes Mike Tyson! Fast forward to Saturday, when Atlas believes Tyson walked into the ring with an escape plan. He'd rather quit than lose.
But now, he goes in a fight and says, if Holyfield's the same as he was 8 months ago, and he doesn't back down from me, then you know what? I'm going to foul. And I'm going to get out of the fight.
You had predicted this.
Yeah, I did.
What made you so sure that Tyson would do something like this?
I knew the person. I knew my business. I know the emotional landscape of this business.
Round two, very bad for Tyson. So when Holyfield showed that again he was not to be intimidated, Atlas says Tyson bit his right ear and his left. So you think Tyson thought the first fight would stop the fight?
That's what I said.
And when that didn't happen, he went at it again.
It would look that way, wouldn't it?
If Atlas is right, there was no hint of it from Tyson when he publicly apologized to Holyfield yesterday.
When you butted me in the first round, accidentally or not, I snapped a reaction, and the rest is history.
Tyson insists it was Holyfield's headbutt, which opened a gash over his right eye, that inspired the biting. Nothing else. Today, the Nevada State Athletic Commission voted to suspend Tyson and withhold his $30 million purse, both temporarily, at least until it meets next week.
I never reached that point.
For NBC sportscaster Jim Gray, who covered Saturday's fight for Showtime Event Television, punishment may not be the issue.
Is there any punishment that will get Mike Tyson's attention? If he loses 10% of his latest purse, he's likely not even to feel it. It's nothing. If they suspend him for 6 months, it's going to be 6 months anyhow before the next fight is scheduled.
That's exactly right.
If they kick him out of boxing in America, he can box in Barbados, the Bahamas.
Well, that's my point. He's going to fight again, and there is no punishment that fits this crime. Somebody, somewhere in this country, I'm sure, will license this man to fight again.
The reason, of course, is money. A record 1.9 million pay-per-view viewers paid a total of $95 million to see Saturday's fight. And longtime boxing writer Bert Sugar says that while Tyson may be a loser in the ring, he's still a winner at the box office.
He has a tremendous appeal. The skills he's washed up. His prime is so far behind him he can't see it in his rearview mirror. As for his attraction, he's eminently saleable.
Just a short time ago, I spoke by satellite with Evander Holyfield. What were you thinking, Evander, when he bit you the first time in the ring?
Well, I know I was thinking I was very upset, and I was close to losing my cool, and I didn't really want to do what the first thing that hit my mind. The first thing in my mind is to bite him back.
You jumped up in the air. Was that in pain? Was it in anger and outrage? What was that?
Well, pain, outrage, and every emotion feeling that a person, it's just as someone hitting their finger with a hammer. It hurts.
How did you think Nose Lang, the referee, handled the situation? He allowed the fight to continue after the first bite. You agreed with that?
Well, he was looking at me. I couldn't see my ear. And one thing I realized that my ear wouldn't prohibit me from actually fighting itself.
You wanted this fight to continue.
Well, I did, but I wanted to go for the wrong reason. I just was thinking about revenge more so than going out there boxing the fight that would allow me to win.
And when he bit you the second time, what were you thinking then?
I was going to get him back. I just wanted to get him back, and the bell rung, and I came back to the corner, and I was ticked off. Then Neil Lane came over there and seen the air, then he just called the fight off.
Were you glad at that point that the fight was stopped?
Well, I wasn't happy because I realized that I wanted to do it myself, but in one sense or another, when it was over, I thought about what type of fight I probably would have fought. I probably would have fought his fight instead of my fight.
You're saying, given the way you were feeling, this fight could have gotten very much out of control, even beyond what happened there.
There's no doubt, because one thing is that if a man been bit twice and things like that continue to happen, then what's going to happen is that I'm going to feel that I'm going to have to do the same thing that he's doing to make the fight even.
Mike Tyson says he was reacting to you headbutting him. Did you do that intentionally?
Well, I don't feel that I headbutted him in no way. If you see,
well, how did his eye get cut?
Well, I hit him with a left hook.
Have you gone back and looked at the replay of Saturday night's fight?
I've watched it about 10, 11 times already.
Do you cringe when you see him biting?
Well, no. It surprised me to see the first time how he put himself in a position to do it.
What do you mean?
Well, he could have bit me on the shoulder, but you can see where he was able to pick his head up and turn it. As I moved my head out of the way, he looked like he getting ready to kiss me on the neck, and he bit me on the ear.
How are the bite wounds?
Oh, they fine. Everything's okay.
Are you still in pain?
No. The pain been over yesterday.
What's the most despicable thing about this in your mind, Evander?
I truly believe that the second time that he did it was really the breaking point for me. The first time and that's the first time it hurt the worst. But I was able to forgive instantly after I went back to the corner
But the second time was like an unforgiving situation when he did that, because you knew that it was intentional.
Tyson says he snapped, that he just reacted and did what a lot of athletes do. Do you accept that?
No, not so much as he snapped. When you snap, you don't repeatedly do it. I do accept the apology, but I don't think so much of snapping is the right thing to say.
Will you sue him?
No. I'm not that type of person. I feel that what happened is over and is behind us, and I think what he's receiving now is his punishment.
Have you ever bitten anybody in the ring?
Well, yes, an amateur. I'm 17 years old, and I got knocked down, and the guy grabbed me, and I was trying to get it loose, and I bit him on the shoulder.
You bit him on the shoulder?
I had my mouthpiece in, though.
So you didn't leave any teeth marks?
No, I didn't.
Mike Tyson apologized to you publicly at that news conference yesterday. Has he made any attempt to call you personally and apologize to you?
He did. He called the house. I wasn't here, and that shows something else too. And I appreciate it, and I hope that whatever it takes, that he become a better person.
Have you called him back?
I haven't got the chance to yet.
Do you plan to?
I'm not for sure.
What would it take for you to fight him again?
I truly believe that after he come off his suspension, and he fight the proper fights, and then if the fight come about then it's something that people want to see. I'm more than welcoming.
Are you still angry at him?
No, I have a forgiving heart. What happened, and it's behind us, and he said that he was going to seek to get counseling to be better, and I hope that he do.
Is there anything you want to say to Mike Tyson tonight?
No more than I love him. I hope he get better.
And we'll be right back.
Hope he get better. I hope he get better. Now this was on there, but we're not gonna play it for you. We're not gonna play it for you. But it's like people say, you make a mistake, you don't do it, you own up to it, and you apologize. So that's how it happens. So we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. Let's take you now to Harris County, where you don't want to mess with Judge David Fletcher in Houston. If you come before Judge David Fletcher, you better watch out, because he's virtually in court. Take a look at this. This is what happens when you ignore the judge's order.
You don't give a rat's behind about this case. You have taken off 4 different times.
I wanted to come in today.
The only reason you're here today is because I ordered you here today. It's a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer.
Welcome to Bench Report Court Cam.
You as well, Judge. Thank you.
Take care. Or you want to do the plea now? I'm ready when you are. Joshua Maple, come up. Mr. Maple, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're going to dismiss the unlawful carrying of a weapon in exchange for your plea on the DWI. You need to understand that this DWI will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. It's important because if you ever get pulled over, an officer's going to look at your record. They're going to see the DWI. What do you think they're going to do to you if they smell alcohol or dope? What we're doing today, from now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No more slaps on the wrist. Do you understand? So if I were you, I would never get in a car, even if you had a sip of alcohol, a toke off a joint, whatever it may be, because you're taking a humongous risk. For $20, you click one button, you can have a car taking you perhaps $30. Anywhere you want to go, it's a geographical oddity why it's always $25 to $30 with Uber. You understand? Giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. It's a lifetime decision. Is this what you want to do? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll find you guilty, sentence you to the 3 days in jail, give you credit for every one. There is a surcharge that you will be required to pay for this case.
I want to put on some testimony concerning the surcharge.
Okay.
Mr. Maple, where are you currently employed?
With my uncle. What we went here.
What do you do?
Look at houses, remodel them, and fix up houses.
How much do you generally make a month?
1,500.
Okay. Yeah, but I take it you have to pay for somewhere to live, correct? You have to pay for a vehicle, insurance, cell phone, food.
Yes.
When your monthly bills and expenses are paid, does it pretty much equal what you make, the $1,500 you make each month? Please speak up.
Yes.
And would you be unable to pay a $3,000 surcharge based on your financial situation? Past witness.
Why on earth would we bend over backwards to help you when you don't give a rat's behind about this case? You have taken off 4 different times. You have failed to appear in this court for court settings. Why on earth have you taken off 4 times? What? So you just don't care about us and work is more important than court, huh? Actions speak louder than words, Mr. Maple, but you have taken off 4 different times. You are lucky that you are not in jail right now as it is. So why on earth would we help you when you don't even want to help yourself? Why?
Just trying to better myself. I should have listened to my gut and come here.
How much do you really make a month, Mr. Maple? Who do you live with?
My dad.
Who are you here with now?
Just the Lord.
I don't know. You know, it's
Young kid, not working, not a troublemaker, just...
Here's my problem, Mr. Maple. My problem is that you've taken off on us over and over and over and over. Today, you're walking out of here and nothing is happening to you. My experience is that when we are too easy on people, they don't get the message and they act like a bonehead out there in the free world, and then they end up either picking up a new DWI or doing something else that's even worse. How do I know that you've learned anything about this? Because like I said, with how bad you've acted with us over the course of the last 7 months, you're skating out of here with a proverbial slap on the wrist. How do I know that you have learned anything, Mr. Maple?
Because I got my big brother looking over me, and I gotta do better.
Here's what we're gonna do. I will take off the $3,000 surcharge, but you will be required to pay the court costs in this case, for which are around $500. And I'm gonna tell you now, if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit in jail for 1 day. So you'll be required to pay for something. And if you don't pay it, your butt will sit in jail for almost a week. Do you understand? And I'm going to tell you now, the next time you come back, if you come back with the DWI, it's around $6,000 in surcharges, not to mention court costs. So you can look forward to around $7,000 in fines and fees. If you want to drink, if you want to get loaded, if you want to smoke, find another way. Do you understand? Because if you come back, it will be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand? I'm suspending your license for 180 days. You are not allowed to drive at all. If you drive, that in and of itself is a Class B misdemeanor, just like a DWI, a driving on a suspended license case. Heed this warning. There won't be another one. Do you understand? All right?
Your Honor, any previous suspension from this incident, would it run concurrent?
Really? Really? No. No. There has to be some kind of consequence, man. Really? Taking off 4 times? I'm taking off 3,000 now, and he wants me to... I love you. Go. So 180, and then just the court costs.
I'm here off Emma Lynch. She's got a bond violation. You want to talk to her?
Okay, do you mind bringing her up?
Yes, Miss Lynch. Remember last time you ordered her to have the interlock installed on her vehicle? She is not driving the vehicle. It's not drivable. We just need to switch her to a portable.
No.
I don't know that.
She has nothing. And it doesn't matter. We ordered you to have an interlock in a car. You haven't done anything, and you're without any kind of devices whatsoever, right?
My car was totaled, and it's at my house right now. But I don't have I'm in a rental car that I'm not driving, so I don't have a car to put it in.
So you have no device.
That's correct.
You're not being monitored.
Correct.
This is not a good thing, Miss Lynch, because I ordered you to have a device. And from what I understand here, you never even went and got it.
Because she doesn't have a vehicle to put it on.
But you come back and you say, hey, Judge, I don't have a vehicle. I need to do something else. You just don't, out of sight, out of mind. That's not the way things work.
Judge, for that violation as well, we instructed her in court and sent a message for her to report to 49 following court to get further instruction over everything so that we could figure out things from there, and she never reported.
Stephen, Miss Lynch, you haven't done anything. They literally bent over backwards to help you do stuff, and you haven't done anything.
I wanted to come in today.
The only reason you're here today is because I ordered you here today. She goes with you. Emailed, texted, called, nothing. You know?
I understand. Would you consider setting her a new bond or
Of course. 5,001. And then, she's unable to, and it's today's Friday, Monday, then we can talk. Okay?
That makes sense.
Yes, ma'am. Corey.
I'm good.
Hey, good morning.
Mr. Adams, Derek Adams.
Okay.
It's
a really old case.
Yes.
I told him it's time to put this baby to bed.
Yes.
Is there an offer in this case?
No.
How come after 1,258 days there is no offer?
I'm hoping we can get a gun safety class and dismiss.
It appears that was
Come on, Mr. Adams.
the delay is probably due to the missing dash cam that's still outstanding that we do not have.
I don't care.
Yes, Judge.
Get on it now.
Yes, Judge.
Why on earth would we allow you to do this class where you get to dismiss this case when it's 1,258 days that you've repeatedly taken off? It's a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer it. But I'm telling you now, I'm giving you 2 weeks to decide what to do with this case. The next time you come here, you will either accept a plea bargain agreement or I'm setting your case for trial. Do you understand? Not only that, I'm putting an ankle monitor on your ankle now so I know where you are at all times. Do you understand, Mr. Adams? And the next time you take off, I'm going to make your bond so high you're going to have teeth falling out. Do you understand?
Judge, if I may, my client, shortly after this arrest, he lost his mother, and I believe the mother of one of his children.
No, my sister.
Sister. He fell on hard times. He was already not well employed. He's been through some rough times in his life in the past few years. He recently got a job working at a Chinese restaurant, and he has 3 children that he helps take care of. I'm not exactly sure when his last failure to appear was. It might have only been 1, but he hasn't been in trouble since this arrest, I think in 2021, right? So I asked the court to withhold from, giving him an ankle monitor. The state's also missing evidence here. If we can come back and
Last time we saw him was 3 years ago, Corey. So, I have sympathy in the fact that everybody has hard times, but your failure to appear on a repeated basis is a constant kick in the ding-ding to us, and I'm not going to take it. And I'm going to tell you now, I don't know why your bond is not at 10,003, because that is what it really should be. Your bond is at 1,002, and it's way off of what it normally would be. Because I'm telling you, your bond should be 10,003, because that's what they're normally set with a person who's absconded as many times as you do now. You're lucky that you're not in custody as it is now. Do you understand? But at 1,258 days, I don't trust you. And so the only way I know that I'm going to keep tabs on you is with an ankle monitor. And like I said, the next time you take off, and it doesn't matter what the excuse is, the bond is going to go astronomical. Do you understand, Corey? I'm sorry, but if it were maybe 500, maybe 300, I would relent on not putting a monitor. But at 4 years or however long this case is, hell no.
I think that reflects his law-abidingness, right? That he hasn't been in trouble, had any interactions with the police.
How do I know that?
Well, yes.
I don't know.
He would have been in an orange jumpsuit, I guess.
Not necessarily. I mean, we don't know how he's been out of county, out of state. Look, you're walking out of here now. You're getting 2 weeks to decide what to do. You're not going into custody now. So you're still walking out of here. But I'm putting a monitor on you. And I'm telling you something else that I should make you pay for it, where it would cost you around $400 to $500 a month, but I'm gonna eat it. So there's no excuse. Do you understand, Ms. Adams? But you gotta understand that in court, we hold people accountable. You may be able to live your life like this outside of the free world, but not in court. We will hold you accountable. And the next time, get ready. Take a seat. Thank you. Of course. Hey, expedite it. Whatever you need to do to get that body camera.
Thanks for watching. Stick around longer and click the highlighted videos to your right. See you there.
When we come back, we're gonna have more about this judge as he flips out over what's been happening with these cases. Stay with us. Welcome back. Don't go before Judge David Fleshley in Harris County, otherwise he'll kick your ass and hold you accountable. That's what this woman did. He lost it with a pregnant woman who had cocaine in her system, alcohol in her system, and a beer in a car with a fatal crash. If you don't believe me, take a look at this case.
If I remember correctly, this is a DWI, and there's a fatality as a result.
Yes, sir.
Can you please review what happened?
Yes, sir. This crash happened back on December 24th of last year. Officers were advised of a 4-vehicle crash at 5:37 a.m. on the 6300 block of I-45 South here in Harris County. Investigators observed massive damage on a Chrysler, indicating a head-on impact, massive force damage on a Mitsubishi, indicating a T-bone impact to the driver's side. Officers spoke with the HFG firefighter who was on his way to work and observed the Chrysler strike the Mitsubishi. The Chrysler cut in front of him, causing him to swerve to the right and hit an Amazon truck. He states that this defendant was the driver and sole occupant of the Chrysler, and the driver of the Amazon truck confirms the wheel witness's story and stated that he clipped the Chrysler as he was coming to a stop. The complainant was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced deceased. Officers observed an unopened beer can in the driver's seat of the Chrysler. This defendant stated that she was the driver and that she struck the vehicle. They observed a strong odor of alcohol on her breath, red glassy eyes, and slurred speech. She was transported to the hospital, and a DRE arrived, and she was Mirandized, and she waived her rights. She stated that an SUV was stopped in a lane, and she tried to swerve to avoid hitting it, and then crashed into the other vehicle. She admitted to consuming 4 to 5 12-ounce twisted teas and smoking marijuana.
And alcohol in the car while she's driving.
Yes, sir. SFSTs were done. She scored 6 out of 6 on the HGN. She did not have vertical gaze nystagmus, and officers observed a lack of convergence. They were not able to do the walk and turn and one leg stand due to her injuries of a broken arm and sternum. There was a blood warrant and residual search warrant that were done, and her blood, Your Honor, came back at a 0.025 for ethanol, and she had, yes, 0.25, yes, sir. And then she had marijuana and cocaine in her system.
And when's the offer get back?
We worked out an 18-month probation offer with 7 days as a condition, Your Honor.
That's not, the fact that there's a dead body in this case, why is it not an intoxication?
It's a causation issue, Judge. We looked at it for an upgrade, is my understanding, because the other vehicle was on the roadway. Legally speaking, there's a causation problem, Judge, so that's why we came to the agreement that we have the families on board.
I'm not, sorry, I'm not gonna say anything. You got a dead body here, she has cocaine in the system, she's got foods in the car while she's driving, and her dead body. I'm not down with that. No. We're gonna have to do something else, but I would be remiss a week in jail where we have a dead body.
Yes, sir.
And to me, just because you're 9 months pregnant doesn't factor anywhere in my mind, Miss Sanchez. Man, look at me. While you're about to give life, you took someone else's. I'm sorry. How many lives are now ruined because of this? These are not yours. How about everybody else? Every single day in Harris County, someone is maimed because of the DWI. It's sick that we lead the nation in fatalities. And I don't know why they can't prove causation to charge you with intoxication manslaughter. But to me, a week is insufficient. Not enough.
Yes, sir.
So,
We'll go back to the drawing board and get it back.
But I'm ready to set this case for trial now, so unless we can work something up today, I'm set it gets set today.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you, Judge.
Now, I understand that a fatality did occur, but the reason why they weren't able to charge my client with intox manslaughter is because this accident was unavoidable. If you were
unavoidable?
Yes, sir. At the time of this accident, it was unavoidable. What ended up happening is that the deceased party spun out in front of her, and she was just going straight. The only thing that she did wrong at the day and time was drive a vehicle.
With cocaine, alcohol in her system, beer in the car, at a .20. Let me ask you something. Have you ever done breath test? Have you ever blown into a breath test machine? Have you ever done those wet labs? You ever done that?
Okay.
I'm serious, really.
Okay.
Have you ever done it?
I'll go one further on it. Before being a defense attorney, I was a lieutenant with HPD.
Okay.
So I'm above and beyond. I spent 3 years doing accident division. So not only did I do it, I investigated these. So my knowledge is probably more superior than anybody in the room. I spent 3 years picking up dead bodies. And that is a true and factual statement I'm making before the court. So yes, sir, I
did, you know, as part of training when I was a defense lawyer, I went to these classes where we took the breath test machines apart, did all kinds of experiments, did these drinking wet labs where you drink and then you blow into the machine. And the one time we did it, we downed a bunch of booze and I blew into the machine and I was lit, right? And I blew a 14. And I was lit, man. And all I did was I blew a 14, right? 0.14. She's at a 0.2.
0.025.
.025.
Point oh two.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought you said .20.
No, sir, no, it's .025 with the cocaine and THC.
No, so she's not 3 times or 4 times over the legal limit, yeah?
We were discussing about Ms. Sanchez. We were discussing when for you to do your jail time. Should we have you do it immediately to where you have the baby in jail? Is that cruel and unusual punishment? But then again, is a dead body cruel and unusual punishment? You know? What's fair? What's not fair? I don't know. All I know is that you're charged with DWI, there's a dead body, but they just can't prove causation, and that's why you're not charged with manslaughter. But the fact remains is that we have a dead body. How do we reconcile that? You know, you're pregnant now, and I truly hope that you've treated your body well throughout that pregnancy. Because if you haven't, and you've used anything while you're on probation, you're guaranteeing yourself a life of babysitting of a potential baby that will have developmental, potential psychological, physiological issues that you'll have to babysit for the rest of your life, which is punishing in and of itself. It's not fun. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. The agreement that you guys have worked out is 30 days in jail as a condition to probation for 18 months. As part of the probation, does she have any prior DWI stint?
No, Judge.
Any other criminal history?
Juvenile history only, but nothing to do with life.
What all were you wanting done on the probation? Correct.
Yes, sir. We are asking for DWI education class, a victim impact panel, guardian interlock, no refusal, no drugs or alcohol, random UAs, 80 hours of community service, and a $300 donation to MAP.
Is this how you understand the conditions, Ms. Sanchez? I will keep you to it strictly. I'm going to monitor you myself. You will report to me here to the court so that I make sure everything gets done well. If you are not in compliance, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You will be put into jail, and then you'll be facing up to 180 days in jail. If you test positive for alcohol or any kind of drugs, I will put you in a treatment facility in the jail. Do you understand, man? No alcohol, no dope, no driving. You must have what does she have now? Does she have a scram right now? Do we know if she's had any violations while she's been on? I don't think so,
I
right?
don't see any, Judge, no.
Okay.
She has a screen device this time, Your Honor.
We have to figure out something about, as far as the baby situation with the interlock, or with the portable device. I will follow the state's agreement here. But like I said, I'm keeping you close to me. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail if you ever pick up another DWI. Do you understand? You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, a possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. Hey, if you can do the repeat offender DWI education class, did you say victim impact panel? How many?
One.
One victim impact panel. You will be required to do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. You must fulfill those conditions. Guardian interlock, no drugs, alcohol, Random UA. When are you set to deliver, ma'am? What day?
August 20th.
When do you think we should do the time?
If I could request anything, Your Honor, it'd be the beginning of the year, in January 2025, the start of the year. That gives her time to nurse her baby and everything else.
She must get it done within 6 months. Okay? All right, ma'am, how do you plead to the offense guilt? You're not guilty. I will find you guilty. We'll send you to this agreement. Good luck to you, man. Please see the clerk. Right, I'll let her choose the date. She has up to 6 months. Good luck, man. Please see the clerk.
Take a break here. Be right back.
30.
Judge Fletcher's back with 19 missed tests. Don't you dare come on board. You missed 19 tests. Don't get on his bad side. Take a look.
Antonio is in Cancun until Monday next week, Judge, so he's not available this morning.
I
So I'm
understand.
kind of filling in. I have had a chance to look at this violation report regarding Miss Blows. I'm assuming that's our issue here today. Spoke with Mr. Jones about that. Expressed upon him the need for perfection here.
This is no tolerance. Absolutely no tolerance, because we've had one issue after the other. Testing positive for here, doing that over there. We've literally let you go over and over and over. And there's absolutely no excuse for the missed blows. How many missed blows do we have?
That's 19 dollars. Within that 7 or 8. But Judge, I would ask, if possible, as I'm not the lead on this case, and I know Dustin has had history with the court and Mr. Jones here on this case, if you would consider holding on the consideration of this matter until he returns on Tuesday of next week. So
I'm sorry, Ben, I can't. I have to know, you have to know that we mean business. I'm not here to toy with you and play games with you. Know what the expectation is in this court. You've been with me for as long as we've had. You're over there.
Because I have a cold, y'all. It's cold weather. I apologize. So can I please speak on the breathalyzers?
No. You know what the expectation is. You have 19 missed tests. That's it. I'm sorry, Ben, I can't. You're here in his stead. You're a capable and outstanding lawyer. I have the utmost respect for you. But 19 missed tests are 19 missed tests. And I've been telling him since the absolute beginning, there's just no tolerance.
Oh, please,
No.
To his credit, Your Honor, we have no positive UAs. He's been here on weekly UAs, so there's no indication that he's doing this to obfuscate a for alcohol.
Early
Test. And he is blowing outside the window, so we don't know what he's doing.
Oh, God. Sir, I go to sleep at 8 o'clock every night, sir. It's just the 10 o'clock ones, and I get my 5 o'clock ones first thing in the morning, Your Honor.
Then you come here and you ask.
Oh, they just told me about this last week in pre-trial over there, and they said that I had a 45-day miss.
But 19 missed blows, dude. Covering the camera.
Please, Honor, I will do anything. I'll even go on that drug, ankle one. I'll do anything, Your Honor. I'm really trying here. I swear to God, I'll do anything you want me to do if you just please let me stay free. I swear to God, Your Honor, I'm really trying. Please, Your Honor, it's just, I don't even drink.
From the 15th of November, you have been skipping tests. You have been to this court.
I go to sleep at 10 o'clock, and I still did the ones later on when I didn't wake up, and they told me this just last week, Your Honor. I swear to God. I swear on everything I love.
You know.
Please give me a chance, Your Honor.
Testing schedule is, and I've given you one
task
after the other. He goes with you. No.
Oh my God.
Your Honor, may we discuss setting a bond?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. Why? Please, I'm trying to do everything.
Goes with you.
Oh my gosh.
Bond is at 5,001 now because of the prior violations. I'll now set it at 10,002. I'm sorry, Ben, but he's tested positive literally over and over and over. He continues to test positive for marijuana. When I told him to stop, he's tested positive for opiates. He's tested positive for this. Now Skipping blows. Are you telling he has obscured the camera as well?
It's not necessarily that we can obscure the camera, but it's too dark to be good. It doesn't mean that there's.
It's the same thing. If we can't see you in the camera, then you're fooling. And I'm done with the fooling. That's it. I know that Dustin's gonna be pissed, but I mean, I've got it in black and white. And Dustin knows that it's no tolerance. Okay, Ben. Okay. Great. But he has to know that we mean business, man. If I let him go now, I'm enabling, and I'm not gonna do that. I can't. But, fine. Because, alright, 7502.
You sent me an email from,
If anything, have you done for your GED?
And what I did for it,
What have you done?
I went to a class and then I tried to go yesterday. They canceled it and he also.
You went the day before court.
And I also went before.
Judge, she's been going before, even the last court date. I mean,
Prove it.
I can take
In this life, you are only as good as the proof that you don't have. If you don't have proof, you have nothing. Spoken word means absolutely nothing.
Judge, the instructor, I got an email from him that she sent me saying that she's been going to the classes and that class was canceled on the 4th yesterday. But she did, attempt to go to class. So she's been going, she did already take the test, and this is one where she did fail the first test. So she's been working on it. It's not enough.
I mean, here we are. How many resets have we had? We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 resets since May. You're now in December. You have had 5 to 6 months. Show me the money. Otherwise, it's not going to go well for you today, Ms. Dixon. Show me. 5 to 6 months.
And Judge, this was a case where she was paying for the classes, and then she had to then enroll into the free program, which she's been doing for the last little bit.
Are you playing Candy Crush? What's going on over there?
But I'm trying to text you.
Texting who?
The instructor. Like, what I'm supposed to show? Because I don't have no proof. Like, I don't have nothing.
Tell me, what have you done?
I went to the class.
Okay. Which class did you go
The
to?
GED research.
Okay. And what, because the way I understand it, there are different modules that you do. You do science, you do language arts, you do math, you do, and whatever else it may be. You go through each section, you complete it, take a test, and then when you're done with everything, you take an overall test, and then you get a diploma.
That's not.
What have you done?
Basically explaining how everything's going to go, and I was going to finish everything else Wednesday when I was going to go, but the class was canceled.
Who is the provider that you have?
His name is.
Grab me a phone number, because I'd like to call them right now. Yes, my name is David Pleasure. I'm a judge here in Harris County. And I have someone that's with me in our court, and she's doing a program with you guys to try to get a GED. I'd like to confirm that's Coriel Dixon. So Wednesday and Thursday, and then did you say every other Saturday? Okay. And then so how does it work as far as getting the diploma? Do you do different classes as far as science, math, and how do you at the end get it? Can I put you, I have her in front of me, can I put you on speakerphone so that she can hear this as well? Do you mind? Okay, hold on. So, I've got him. Okay, Mr. Jackson? Okay, tell me, how goes it?
So, yeah, it's kind of controlled. They take an assessment. Based on that assessment, allows you to know where the student is as far as their grade level in math and in reading. Based on that, they go on 2 tracks. And so one track is like a basic education where we're just literally working on kind of some elementary reading and math skills.
Okay.
Or a GED track where they're ready for GED concepts. And so, yeah, and I usually just, go from there. I work with my GED students individually, and
how long does the process take? And how long can we expect it?
Well, so that's honestly kind of a loaded question, depending on where they fall. I believe Corey has scored pretty well.
Great.
So, yeah, and, I work with people that have gotten the GED in 3 weeks. I work with people that have gotten the GED in 2 years.
Oh, yeah. I can't do 3 years, that's too much.
Well,
I know, I'm kidding.
No, I understand that.
She's been faithfully attending, though? Yay or nay? Okay, great.
And with some consistency, 3 to 4 months, maybe less.
That sounds great.
That's just me ballparking.
I'd like to stick with it because I think at the end of the game, our goal here is that she ends with that diploma. And I think that would be a win for everybody. I'm calling you. I want to make sure that everything's going well, that she's faithfully attending and doing well. And it sounds like you're saying that this is what's been happening.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so I'm just going to continue everything. Just continue to go, Miss Dixon. I mean, you got, like what he's saying, if you continue at it 2 to 3 months, you'll end up with your diploma. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jackson. I really appreciate your help. You've been great.
No problem, George.
Okay. You too. Thank you, sir. Bye. Great. Good job. Just keep at it. Okay? So let's set it 30 days. I want to ride this through. You're so close to being through. All you got to do is see it to the end, and then everything great will happen for you here as well, okay? All right. Good job.
Wow. We'll have more about Judge Lester in the future broadcast. That's all for this District Game Week. That's all for this District Game Week Saturday going to Sunday. We're going to see you again for Game Week Monday. If not, we'll see you after Monday. Follow us here at YouTube and give me a break. Stop bullying, speak up. Concentration, not strength. No jaywalking. Have a good night.